is the key broke of the shackles, and it scared the hell out of me because I didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't get out of them.
That's
So
funny.
with patience and a needle nose plier, we were able to take them off. But that was going to be funny if I had to call the police to come and help me.
That would be hilarious.
And the current police do not have the key for those shackles because they were old antique shackles.
I think that would be. You'd have to wait on a locksmith. I wonder if they even have one there.
And Paulding?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I wonder
Wouldn't
if
have
you'd have to go to Fort Wayne.
probably.
I would
I
think
mean,
so.
there's not much there, but that jail is constantly active too. I mean, it's incredible. As a matter of fact, Laura and I stayed there that night that I said I stayed in a jail cell. Laura was there too with me, and we investigated that place. And I mean, I love that place.
I do too.
I mean, I
And
have gotten so much stuff at that, and that's the Paulding Jail in Paulding, Ohio.
the old Paulding Jail, owned
Yeah.
by our Friday night host, as a matter of fact, Shelley Burke Robertson. And she does Ghost Talk Radio here on WBHM.
Oh, that's right. She does. She's great. She's a great person.
She is a great person, and she has, she comes up with so many neat experiences to have in the jail. It's just really cool. And she does jailbreaks, like the jailbreak games and stuff, and it's just neat. And
She does
Vincent, as
the
I was reminded in chat.
yeah. The ghost hunting that she does there is always just ghost hunt weekends event.
Oh, yes.
She does have the jailbreak, which is pretty cool. I'd like to do that. That sounds like fun. And I've seen the pictures. It looks like a lot of fun.
It
But
does,
imagine
doesn't it?
trying to do a jailbreak in a haunted jail. I mean that just has to be crazy.
Well, I got to think that if something starts going, crazy, that it's going to look a lot like Young Frankenstein up in there. Get me out, get me out, get me the heck out of here now. Yes.
Oh, I'd be fine with it. You know me.
Well,
I
I
was
would
like,
too, but, the average bear who isn't really expecting that might not.
Shelly and Vincent are the owners, and I remember when we went to go do a site inspection, and I went there, and I went to the basement, and I told Vincent, which he's black, I wanted to go to the basement with him because they used to keep the blacks and the Mexicans down there, what we call the dungeon. And I figured with my Spanish and his color, we can get maybe, trigger
Right.
object. And we're down there, and I'm doing my investigation, and I hear tup, tup, tup. And I turn on my flashlight, and it's a bat. He goes, "What was that?" It's okay. It went away. And all of a sudden, I hear it again. And I said, "No, it's gone. It's gone." So then I go down in between all the jail cells down the corridor there, and I see one, and it was coming at me. I duck, and I turn around, and I said, "Did you see?" He was
He
gone.
was
He left.
gone, wasn't he? He hates
He
bats.
he hates bat. He left me all alone down there.
Oh my gosh.
I
And
couldn't stop laughing.
yeah, he doesn't even like them outside. So,
No,
in
he
that,
doesn't like bugs.
but in that dungeon with those bats, that was a pretty cool place. The first time I ever had a physical experience was in that dungeon where I had like fingers laid over my mouth to shush me. So that is a cool place. So the we have only got about 30 seconds, and this time is going way too fast. I think we have hit a time warp or something.
Yeah,
But we've
really.
got like 15 seconds until the 3-minute break. So this is just unbelievable. But I am so glad you're here. And we will be back. We are 3 minutes, and we're going to have to hit Lake Shawnee because I have people messaging me on Facebook asking for it. So we're going there, and we're going to have fun. So we'll be right back.
Wanted to restart.
listening to WHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Hello there, and we are back. Paranormal Experienced Radio. I'm Kat Hobson, your host, and my guest tonight is Felix Martin, who is just fantastic. And hi, Felix, are you back?
I am here.
I hear ya. Well, barely. You all right?
Me?
There you are. But, you know, we were telling people that we were going to talk a little bit more about what happened while we were out at Lake Shawnee, the haunted amusement park. And that was really fun. That was a surprising location. And, you know, I know that when I watched that Dead Files episode, Amy had taught them some ways to make the activity not dangerous. And it seems that that actually worked because I didn't feel threatened. Well, once I did, but that was early in the afternoon. But what was your take on it? Because this was my first time. I know that you've been there before.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, I've been there. Probably this is my 9th time maybe there. We have encountered some kind of energy there that affects people in certain ways. I haven't figured out if it's part the Indian mound, the Indian burial, because I still feel strongly about the respect of that,
Right.
and you don't mess with that bad juju, or is it something combination with something seeping out of the ground? I don't know, but there is some kind of energy that makes people moody. I know some people got sick uh, going around the swing area.
Yes.
I mean, Amy did too. She got real sick. I had to take her out of that area. But we encounter sometimes anger, from multiple people that you do not expect it. And I think it has to do all with all the entities on that land. That land has a lot of history.
Yes.
Has a lot of anger because of what the white did to the Shawnee.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. So I don't know if that's the energy that's affecting everything, but like I said, there's multiple children that died on that land, from the 3 white settlers to the children at the amusement park. You had 2 boys that drowned and the little girl that killed on the swing.
Right.
So, but we get lots of activity, and we're going to be back there. We're going to start doing smaller monthly events there. We're training some crew from West Virginia.
Right.
And we're going to be going there like monthly, but in smaller groups, and you can still camp out overnight. But Chad and I were walking one night, and we had these white wolves following us. And if you know some history of the Shawnee, they believe in transferring from the human form to spirit animals.
Yes.
We had 2 white wolves following us, and that scared me to death. And I'll tell you why. I'm not afraid of the dead. If those were spirit wolves, they weren't scaring me. I was afraid that they were real wolves. I told Chad, I am not taking my flashlight off of them, because if they jump out, they're going to eat us.
Well, and people think, oh, well, those are just coyotes. No, there is such a difference between wolves and coyotes.
Oh no, they stood about 3 to 4 feet tall. I mean, they were huge, and they were white. And then they just disappeared, but never made a sound. Walking through the tall grass, they never hurt a thing. So I believe there were, spirit animals. Like I heard a spirit horse.
Right.
When there's no horses around in any of the properties surrounding the area. And
see, that fascinated me.
Yeah, everybody heard the horses. It's like, wow, did you hear that? And I said, well, yeah, that's just probably a horse. So then we call on the radio. It's like, is there any horses in the area? And I heard there's not even in the adjoining properties are there any horses. And I mean, I heard it like if it was like 4 feet in front of me. So that was cool.
That is cool.
We have heard children's voices.
We heard one while I was there Saturday night at the children's memorial marker at their grave.
Oh, did you?
We did. We were.
Right, right. You guys got the children's voices talking to you.
Yes. And, I was just talking about can you see the stars? Because it's kind of neat when the clouds are blowing around like that. And do you know that there's going to be what they call meteor showers now? But it's just like all the shooting stars you could ever want to see in one night. And that's when she answered.
See, and you approached it nicely, where you didn't ask these dumb questions of why are you here, how old are you,
Right. Well, I mean, it says
you start
on their
talking
marker.
about something that kids would love.
Right. My grandson loves it. He's 3, so I figured that an adolescent would even be more into it.
exactly. And you got response from there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,